To what's happening to Sirte, or should we focus our attention on the humanitarian crisis that seems to be gathering pace in Tripoli, a city of 2 million people where lawlessness abounds in certain quarters?
Well, I think they're connected, because the longer the humanitarian situation in Tripoli remains precarious, as long as people in Tripoli don't have electricity or enough food or basic security, the harder it is for the TNC, the rebels' umbrella group, to convince Libyans that they have shattered the old regime but are now in a position to supplant it and offer their own government, their own political authority. So the longer this goes on in Tripoli, and the longer Sirte can defy the new government, the harder it will be to spin this narrative that the TNC is able and willing to replace the Gaddafi regime.
It's interesting you use the word umbrella to describe the TNC. The truth is it is a fairly fragmented organisation that has coalesced for the purpose of supplanting Gaddafi. Is that one reason why we assume that reprisals, bloody reprisals, have taken place? I mean, you know, whenever a city falls and there is lots of violence and a revenge culture, as people have described this part of North Africa, there will be, I was going to use the word problems, it's rather more serious than problems.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I caution against both judging these events before we know the scale of revenge attacks. We don't know who's perpetrated which attack. And I would also
assume there was an issue.
We presume some have taken place, and I would also caution against attributing it to a North African culture, because this is characteristic of all post-conflict societies where people are uncertain of which group is responsible for security, which group may be a threat to them. And of course, many of the rebels fighting inside Tripoli are either from outside Tripoli or they are Berbers, a non-Arab ethnic group from the mountains. So there are also intergroup differences that are at play here. But there are over 40 armed groups that comprise the NTC, and it's absolutely no surprise that the leadership of the NTC, which is well-intentioned and has been broadcasting appeals for calm and appeals for restraint from any form of retribution, is unable to enforce its will on the full spectrum of armed groups fighting in its name.
We were hoping to talk to Sam Kiley, our security editor from Ras Lanuf, who's heading towards Sirte. What is it, a town of 100,000 plus people. Sirte used to be a fishing village before Gaddafi's hometown. He decided he was going to build it up from scratch as a power base and support people there. Is that where the dead enders have gone, if you like, as Rumsfeld would have called them?
Well, there's still resistance inside Tripoli. Many neighbourhoods are no-go areas, so there's resistance all around the country. There's resistance in the south, in the town of Sebha, which contains large numbers of pro-Gaddafi tribes, and the entire Fezzan region in the south, which is enormous, about the size of Portugal, Spain and France combined. We just don't know who runs that area. Sirte itself is going to be probably the most significant sticky source of resistance. But again, I caution against calling them dead enders. It supposes the game is up, we only have a few mopping actions left, there are only a few easy battles to sort this. Well, Sirte could be they could be dead enders, but they could be very, very sticky, resistant and defiant dead enders indeed. And a major battle may have to take place before this resistance is mopped up, before Sirte actually falls into rebel hands. It may take many months.
OK. Shashak, I know you're with us for the next few hours, so thanks for now. This is Sky News. Coming up, New York facing its strongest winds for 30 years. Hurricane Irene is inbound.
Greece was not bailed out. It was simply given a very expensive credit card by which to pay off its mortgage.
People get angry day by day.
I don't think I will live to see the end of this crisis.
We cannot possibly continue with this type of medicine.
Yes, we can. The Greeks can.